character, she's a powerful leader. Yes, yes. In a very woman-centered world. Star Wars is very, like, patriarchal.
I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board.
Your vision is flawed.
Yo people, welcome back to another video. Now, I've been a bit inactive because I attended all 4 days at Star Wars Celebration and I'd have to sleep early and wake up at 6 AM and all of that. Anyways, overall it was an event that, in my opinion, was made better by the people who went to the event and the small giveaways and the small free things that you could get on the side to collect and pick up. I also want to let everyone know that you could get into Celebration for free on Friday and Saturday because none of the people working there ever checked any tickets when it came to the non-VIP tickets. My ticket was in my pocket all day long on both of those days, and as for Sunday and Monday, you just had to hold anything that looked similar to a ticket to get in, and it would be fine, they didn't care. I've been told that apparently the codes on the tickets didn't work, and they didn't want to get the word out there because it would obviously be such an L for everyone involved that they couldn't work this thing out, they couldn't make it work after how long of this event known to have been happening. But anyways, here we are. Oh, and also, that Friday was very packed out. People fainted, you could barely move around. I have a feeling a lot more people snuck in and raised the capacity on the Friday. It was an absolute mess. Now, I'm going to give you some real takes on what the audience reaction was for some of these things because I'm seeing the media spin some narratives and kind of lie their way about why certain things happened and why the audience reacted to certain things. I managed to get into the Friday panel, which was the unveiling of the shows, the movies, showing some new trailers, some exclusive stuff, and also I went to the celebration stage some of the times. So I'll start out with the negatives, and I'll say now that on Saturday, on the celebration stage, it said Hayden Christensen would be attending at around 12ish, and it was supposed to be a 15-minute slot. It said from 12 to 12:15, and the floor was packed out beyond this capacity. It spread out, the amount of people waiting spread out into the shops and everything. They had to get new barriers. Security had to stand in the way to kind of clear up the traffic and everything. It was crazy. Now, not only did they start late, they used Hayden Christensen's name to pack out the area, only to bring out Kathleen Kennedy first. They even did a bait and switch because they know no one would go onto the celebration stage to watch her. And when she came out, yeah, she got a small applause. I'm seeing some people saying it was a small applause, that's true. But what people aren't mentioning is that there was a lot of boos. I myself booed, and I could hear sections of the audience with boos to the point where people standing near me were shocked that she was even getting booed. As soon as she started talking, people started leaving and walking, and the capacity of the floor started reducing. Also, on the celebration stage, we had Jodie Turner-Smith laughing that not everyone was present to go to a panel, which was all lottery-based.
Create these looks for us, and I mean, my look, you guys saw, it was quite intricate. Well, you guys, did everybody in here see? Oh no. Oh, sorry. Okay, what?
But not only that,
my character, she's a powerful leader. Yes, yes. In a very woman-centered world. Star Wars is very, like, patriarchal.
Oh, and the showrunner for The Acolyte also did this.
Star Wars saved my life. Like, I know that we...
Look at this dude.
It's like...
Let me put this cringe fake crying into some more perspective and more context for you. Right before she came on, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, with some of the loudest cheers and applause throughout the 4 days, came on, and Dave Filoni got very emotional. He started crying, and the reception he got, the fans applauded and cheered for him while he was sorting himself out. And now she tries to do the same thing right after he did. So, I don't know, this was just cringe. People actually laughing where I was standing. Women, men, kids. Now I'll move on to the panel I went to on Friday. I went on to the Twin Sun stage, which meant it was a live stream of the event, which is where they unveiled the new Ahsoka trailer. They showed us a small trailer for the upcoming shows, very exclusive ones, only for the people that went to that panel. The host for this panel was such a yes man. He giggled at everything and he was just so extra. He basically sucked off everyone that walked on the stage. It was pretty cringe if I'm being honest. But anyways, the first kind of show out was Andor, and for me it felt a bit flat. Everyone got cheered and everything, but there were parts that weren't mentioned and some parts that felt a bit soulless. The one part that stood out for me was when the host asked all the actors who was the biggest Star Wars fan out of all of them, and if they could name the weirdest interaction with a Star Wars fan. And they all stood quiet for like 5 seconds, they kind of looked at each other, and then Dedra's actress started waffling to fill up the silence, and then she said that the weirdest interaction that she's had was a fan that sent her videos of her cosplaying as Dedra, and the actress proceeds to roast the person and say that she needs to improve the cosplay because the colours aren't correct. Personally, I've never liked the character. She just seems forced, she's pretty boring, and it seems like the actress is a prick. After she made this comment, the host had to kind of step in and say, "Oh, don't worry, it's constructive criticism," and they just all laughed it off. After Andor, it was The Acolyte. I'm not gonna lie, the trailer was actually pretty impressive. It seemed pretty cool. I had no clue what was happening. I'm not even sure what the show's about, but they did some cool stuff. I mean, trailers are supposed to make you feel this way, but it just seemed very agenda driven. The only white male that was up there was someone who's going to be playing a Wookiee, so it's irrelevant anyways if he's white, black or whatever. And yeah, now that I know that the director seems very fake cryy business and Jodie likes to do this whole patriarchy agenda thing, I don't know man, it's looking a bit weird. I'm not too sure. I can't put my faith in Disney, especially when these red flags are appearing everywhere. Next was Skeleton Crew, and the trailer was okay, it was decent. They haven't finished doing everything that they wanted, so I understand. It was good to see the kid actors to have their moment to shine and everything, so fair play to them. One weird thing was that the host and any other adults that were on stage apart from Jude Law, they kept referring to them as our little humans, our young kids, and they kept eyeing them up, and I don't know, it just seemed very weird and very, I don't want to do accusations, but it felt very off. Then we got Ahsoka, and this is the highlight for me. Good trailer, no dodgy stuff, just a genuine guy like Dave Filoni, genuine actresses like Rosario. They finally presented us with Sabine and Hera. There was a lot of rumours and the rumours were true. This show for me is the last hope for Star Wars. Otherwise I'll have to start agreeing with the terms that live action Star Wars is actually dead. If Ahsoka doesn't work out, then Star Wars is in big trouble. They decided to end all of this by announcing that they got 3 movies. The first one is like the first ever person to use the Force. The second one is Dave Filoni's film, which is kind of hinting towards Heir of the Empire and everything. And the third one is about Rey, and they actually brought Daisy Ridley out, and the way they did it was kind of cringe. It was like, oh, this film is going to be 15 years after The Rise of Skywalker. It's going to be based around a very powerful Jedi Master. Would you guys like to see who the Jedi Master is? Well, let me get them out. And then they announced Daisy Ridley, and they thought it was going to go something like this.
Who's it going to be?
But instead, it just felt like a sympathy clapping, and people were more happy that Daisy was back, just because she's British as well, and people kind of have sympathy that she got roasted, even though Kathleen and all the directors and everyone should have been roasted. Overall, I don't know, Star Wars is kind of heading in the wrong direction with that kind of stuff, but then doing other stuff to kind of deflect from the fact that the sequels exist. Overall, the celebration as a whole, I'd give it a pretty good score. Like I said, the people were nice. People were doing trades with me as well. I had some of my artwork out. It was pretty cool. I had a very good time in terms of that aspect. And yeah, all around I'd give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. Some things could definitely be improved. Capacity, kind of the way the systems operate, sometimes it's not clear. And yeah, overall it's pretty good. I just wanted to clear up some of these things from my perspective, because I think the media is pushing some incorrect narratives or hiding some stuff so that they don't take L's. But yeah, shout out to everyone that made it this far. I appreciate the support. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one, and have a great rest of your day.